Good evening. My name is Dexon Luo. My colleague Stefan Lenz here and I are from a company called the Linde Group. You may or may not have heard about our company, but our product is everywhere around you. So, as you might know, liquid nitrogen is used to during the freezing process of the pizza and döner you eat in your student cafeteria. And you can also use liquid nitrogen to make ice creams. I haven't tried that, but I have seen that actually at the Lange nach der Wissenschaft in Garching. Right, so oxygen, as you know, are used for treating patients in every hospital. Oxygen can also be fed to fish ponds to help fish breathe, and the fish will also end up on your dinner table. Right, so we also produce hydrogen. Hydrogen is a very useful and environmental friendly fuel. This year, for example, we have participated in the Shell Marathon, which use hydrogen for sport cars, Formula 1. Of course, almost all the components of a car has some kind of industrial gas in it, be it oxygen used for steel production, or argon used during welding process as inert gas. But last but not least important, perhaps most important, we also contribute significantly to the Bavarian culture because every beer you drink has some CO2 in it. This is just some example. I had a look at all the companies which are participating today. Almost all, maybe except one, are our customers. I will leave you to guess which one doesn't, but I'm sure they also have some sparkling water in the office. Right, we are a global company. We have globally about 60,000 employees. We are in more than 100 countries. If you know Carl von Linde, we have been there since 1880, right? It's a little bit long history. We have globally, we build and operate more than 1,000 plants. And these are very big, complex chemical plants. To give you an example, our plant in Jamnagar in India produce about 160,000 norm cubic meter per hour oxygen. Yeah, and it is about the same amount of oxygen the whole Munich population breathes every day. So they are very big, and we have more than 500,000 sensors in this plant. We also fill gas into cylinders and containers and transport them all over the world. We have globally about 20 million cylinders, and we are to a large extent also a logistics company because we travel more than 1 billion kilometers per year. Right, so who are you going to work with? So Stefan and I are belonging to Linde digitalization team. We are a new and dynamic team, and this is our office, which is called the Digital Base Camp, and we do all kinds of exciting projects. For example, our colleague has built a virtual reality model for complex chemical plants where customers can see their future plant, how it looks like, and also we can use that. Really have some supply chain challenges. I would like you to help me with digital technology, and I'm going to hand over to Stefan to talk to you about the challenge.
Thank you, Dexon. Well, let me show, next slide. Okay, so let's have a closer look about where you can create value within this project with the iOS project. So, in the end, what one major business of Linde is separating the air into its components and selling the components separately. Now, we deliver the gases in different sizes. So on the top you see the largest size, which is delivery via pipeline. Then we have delivery in the bulk business, which means this is the tanks you can see at hospitals or at manufacturing sites, and we deliver the gas inside the tanks. And today we are talking about the cylinder business, which has the smallest volume, but the highest value creation. So, and in the cylinder business, actually what we do is we fill gas into cylinders and we deliver it to customers. Sounds quite easy. But the point is that we want to find out more exactly what is happening in this context. So the iPraktikum will be in this cylinder logistics context. Now there are 3 major tasks we would like you to solve. The first is an automatic activity analysis, then a deviation check and a communication channel, building up a communication channel. So in the end, if you manage to solve one of those problems, it's really good. If you solve 2, it's excellent. And if you solve all the 3, it's fantastic. So in the end, let me start and show you how currently the cylinders are delivered. So we plan our tours based on maps, but we do not take into account experience of the drivers. So drivers may actually take a different route, which has advantages because there are less traffic lights or something. And we do not either know exactly where the unloading of the cylinders takes place. So of course we know the postal address and we know more or less, but you know, these customer sites, they may really vary greatly. You can imagine that in a great, at a customer who is very large, like BASF or Bayer or something, it might be really that the delivery in the site is quite complex, and it may take quite a long time to deliver there, and for another customer it takes only a little time because it's only a small site. Now, what we would like you to discover here and to develop is an automatic activity analysis. So in the end, just use the sensors which are available inside an iPhone, perhaps augmented by additional sensors, and thus automatically be able to distinguish between driving activities and loading and unloading activities, and being able to map on where and when is what being done. And this then allows to improve planning and to optimize it. Now, a second task is actually these cylinders, they are delivered by companies which are contracted by Linde. And well, there may be external reasons why these trucks take a completely different route. So it may be a much longer route because there is an accident at the planned route. Then in this case, of course, there will be a compensation for the contracted companies. And yeah, we would like to check this. We would like to find out, was there an external reason for a detour, and thus being able to compensate respectively. And the third task would be in this context to develop a communication channel. So imagine the warehouse worker, he'd like to know perhaps, well, how long will it still take until my cylinder, until my delivery arrives actually at me? And this in real time. So you would have, in this case, an iPhone on the customer side and have a chatbot with the truck in the end, and find out how long it will probably take. Now, I hope that one of these or all of these challenges may be interesting for you. If you like to join our team, I would really appreciate to welcome you there. Thank you very much.